Tweet claims, yeah. It came about in the spring. I was looking for some Twitter names for some of our startups, Live Class Tech we were demoing over there, and then Crowdlure, which is something we're working on. And the problem I had was everything's taken. These guys create these accounts, and they don't do anything with them for years, and that's kind of frustrating. So basically Twitter was going to start releasing these things, and they weren't going to tell anybody. I thought that's kind of cool. So I just need to build something for myself that let me know when these names come out, and so I can snatch them up. And then I had another good idea, which 2 in one day, I'm onto something. So I thought, well, I could build something that other people need. Surely I'm not the only one, that needs a username for business or personal pleasure, whatever. So I decided to make it available. So I called my buddy Blake, and he's a social media guy. I think at the time I had 12 Twitter followers, and they were all porn stars. So I didn't really know what I was doing. So he was a huge help and taught me a lot, throughout this whole process. So we built Tweet Claims. We built it quick, about a day and a half, 2 days, and we met at a Barnes & Noble one night and put it all together and then launched the sucker. And so what is it? Well, you can log in. It's pretty simple. We're not building rockets. You can put some Twitter names in. We have a back-end process deal that runs every day, and we'll send you an email, text message, something like that, let you know that the username is available. And we got some good publicity out of it. That was cool. My wife thinks I'm famous, which is a huge bonus. So I'll take that. If anything, the whole project, that's it. So the problem with getting all these users and all this publicity is it didn't work. And I remember literally I was sweating trying to fix these bugs and get the thing running because it didn't do what I said it was going to do, and that was embarrassing. So we got it stabilized, and then we had a lot of users that actually thought it was a cool idea and gave us a lot of ideas, text messages, more names, different statistical things, stuff like that. And so I spent a couple days incorporating some of those and it made the product better. And then once we had, a good user base, I think probably about 2,000 users, we thought, can we make some money off this? It wasn't the goal when we started, but it kind of hit, so we thought, why not? If we can provide value to some people and they pay us money for it, why not? And it turns out we were right, and they will. So, looking back on the whole deal, it's a fun little project. What did I take from it? I learned a lot of lessons personally, and maybe you guys can take, it seems like common sense, but, you forget them. So for me, be specific in what you're solving. You'd be surprised how many people email me, like I'm the Twitter username expert guy, asking me how they can get names freed up from Twitter. So become an expert in something specialized, and people will ask you questions. And then solve something that really is painful for you. This was obviously painful for me, and then you have to make a decision, is it worth the time and the money to do it? Tweet Claims was like nothing, so it was a no-brainer. And then once you make the decision, just build it and get it out. I think a lot of us overanalyze and overthink things, and we want it to be perfect when it goes out, and Tweet Claims didn't even work. So, but we got it out. And, ahead of time, start creating relationships. And this is where I failed just in general because, my kids think I'm Mick Jagger, but no one else knows who the hell I am. So I'm working to correct that. And so when you have people who know who you are and you're respected, then you can reach out to them. You can say, hey, I built this. Can you write a blog post about it? Or, instead of saying, who's this guy, they can say, sure, why not? And that, Blake helped a lot with that, and that's why we got some of the publicity we did. And then users have good ideas and they have bad ideas, but listen to them and implement, some of the things that they ask for, and then give them credit, and you'll create evangelists for what you're doing. And it's shocking to me, something like Tweet Claims, and we have some really good users. Yeah, so then once you get a good user base, monetize it. I found it was easier to try to sell to a couple thousand people that were already using it than it would be to sell to a whole bunch of people that didn't care what we were doing at all. And, it worked out for us. So I appreciate you guys listening, and